his planet, the world's most famous sailor man
They're evil!
will transform into a monstrous Slayer man.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2025 horror comedy Shiver Me Timbers. The film is co-written and directed by Paul Stephen Mann, and it stars Amy Mackey, we have David Hallows and Tony Greer. Right, this is the third Popeye the Sailor Man horror film in quick succession. This time it focuses on a group of teens that heads off to go on a camping trip to basically do what teens do: sex, drugs, rock and roll, all that kind of stuff. But also there's going to be a huge meteor shower that they want to experience. But what they don't realise is that this meteor shower is very, very dangerous. And the local sailor, who's out on the lake doing a bit of fishing, gets infected by one of these meteors and essentially mutates into a huge hulking Popeye the Sailor Man, who basically goes on a rampage and starts killing everybody within close proximity and beyond. Right, what are my thoughts on Shiver Me Timbers? Well, as I said, this is the third Popeye horror film in quick succession. And when I mean quick succession, I really do mean that. In the last one was just last week, I think, and then the other one was just a few weeks before. I've reviewed the other two, and they were terrible. I mean, I wasn't actually sure whether I should review this or not, because I think I was considering therapy after the first two. But I thought, well, you know, I know you guys love me to get tortured sometimes by watching some of this tosh. So I thought I would, you know, finish the trilogy of garbage and see if this one has anything more to offer than the other two. And do you know what? Nah, it doesn't really. It's terrible. This is terrible too. But the only thing really, the main thing that this film has got going for it that the other two didn't, is this has a sense of humour. It is just basically taking the piss. And I can forgive a lot when a film does that. I like low-budget B-movies when they do not take themselves seriously. And they just essentially don't care and try and have fun with it. And for that reason, and that reason alone, is why I think this is the most entertaining of the three. It's not the best in regards to production values, it's not the best in regards to effects, it's not the best in regards to acting, really isn't the best in regards to acting, but definitely in regards to being self-aware, its tongue's firmly in its cheek, and having a real sense of humour about all this. It's nailed that aspect of it, but that doesn't make a film, unfortunately. And what we have here is, for the most part, at times, a bit of a shit show. We get unmemorable characters, amateurish performances, and I mean, I know I am making fun a little bit here of this film. I am aware this is very low budgeted stuff that's going on here, so you can't afford professional actors and all this kind of stuff. So they try the best, I suppose, but it's jarringly bad at times. And yeah, the violence is ridiculously over the top, as you would expect in a film like this, and it's got a real, I think it's trying very, very hard to be like a memorable, over the top gore fest, you know, ultra violent flick. while it's winking at the audience, and it's very much like some of those indie films that you saw back in the day, and very much so because it even does a I suppose you could call it a welcome nod to Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell, and the Evil Dead films at the end of it as well. So this is what I mean. I don't mind it so much when these films are self-aware. It makes them much more bearable to watch. Just certainly this one, and I felt like I could kind of struggle through this one at times because it was quite difficult to struggle through it occasionally, because of that humour that they kind of inject in it, that silliness, that over the topness, and some of the ridiculous over the top death scenes. That while they are very, very over the top, the effects are what you would describe as industry standard, I suppose. There's some poor effects, if you like. It's like sometimes when Popeye's like killing people, it's like this weird blood splurting out all over the place when it shouldn't be, and it just looks like CGI blood at times. But I like the idea of this, the fact that Popeye here is like mutated, from this old chappie that's out on the lake fishing, and there was some clever ideas in there. Like there's a scene at the beginning where it looks like this huge meteor's coming down to Earth, and in my head I'm thinking, "Oh, behave yourself! That would literally wipe out half the country." The impact of that, and then there's this huge meteor coming down, and then just kind of drops in this sailor's pipe, this tiny little meteor. And I thought, well, that was quite clever. That kind of subverted my expectations a little bit. But beyond the fact that he mutates into this big hulking Popeye beast thing, and he just, for no apparent reason, decides he's going to kill all these people that he finds camping and stuff in bizarre and unusual ways, like while someone's on the Portaloo. But to be fair, I was hoping he was going to get killed sooner because we were there for an uncomfortable amount of time listening to his plops, which lost its luster very, very quickly for me, that scene. So I was praying for Popeye to kill him quicker than he did. So like I say, I can't with good conscience really give this any more than a 4 out of 10 just for the quality of it, but it's got a 4 out of 10 because it really does have a sense of humour and a lightness to it, and a bit of slapstick going on, and it absolutely doesn't take itself too seriously. But be warned, if you watch this, guys, it's low production values and it's pretty rough at times. So please tell me there's no more Popeye films coming out, because if there is, I'm going into hiding. I'm going into hibernation, I think, because I don't think I can handle any more. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. I will be back, of course, with plenty more content on the channel very, very soon.